Hello guys, good evening. Welcome to the session today. This is our very first demo session for data engineering with Google Cloud Platform. I hope you guys are able to hear me. Can you guys confirm once, please? All of you.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay, great. Thanks for confirming. I hope you guys are able to see my screen as well and hear me clearly. If you guys are facing any issues with audio or the screen, please let me know. Okay. And while we are having the sessions, I want you guys to go to unmute yourself, right? So to avoid the disturbance, I want you guys to be in the mute mode during this entire session. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining today. So today is going to be the very first demo session. 1 minute. Who is this? Yeah. Today is going to be the very first demo for data engineering with Google Cloud Platform. It's going to be very interactive session and interesting session. I want you guys to be patient during the entire session. If you have any questions during the session, you can please raise your hand or you can always talk in the chat box. You can put your question in the chat box or you can raise your hand. I don't want any of the people to be get disturbed during the session. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. Do not talk directly. And if you wanted to ask something, you can put your question in the chat box. Right. So now, without any further delay, let us start our demo session today, guys. What is the agenda for demo session? If you guys ask me, today we are going to talk about what is data engineering, first of all, because we wanted to become a data engineer. So let us try to understand what is data engineering and what is the role of a data engineer. And what is Google Cloud Platform? How it is different from the Azure Cloud Platform and AWS Cloud Platform? And what are the benefits of using the GCP over the other cloud platforms also we will try to see today. Okay, so we will talk about what is data engineering first, and then we will talk about what is Google Cloud Platform also second. After that, we will talk about the detailed course curriculum. We will talk about the detailed course curriculum, that what are the topics that we are going to cover as a part of the demo session, as a part of the entire course for the next 3 months. What are the topics, what are the cloud basics that we are going to cover, what are the data engineering services that we are going to cover, what are the projects that we are going to cover, case studies, pipelines, everything I will talk about in the detailed course curriculum. I want you guys to be patient. Do not directly ask me, sir, are we covering this topic? Are we covering that topic now itself? Because by the end of the session, you are going to get a very good understanding of what is the course curriculum. What will be the topics for the next 3 months? You will have a good understanding. And we will also talk about the course details, like what are the timings and how the notes are provided, how the recordings will be shared. All of these details you are going to get it, guys. Okay, you are going to get a very good understanding of each and every topic today, right? You may be having a different questions also. Some people may be having some of the questions also. Don't worry. By the end of the session, I will answer all of your questions, like how would I get a job from the course? Or what about my current experience? How to manage my current experience? I do not know the cloud at all. How can I learn the cloud, sir? This is new to me. Will I be able to do it? Or does it make sense to my profile or not? So people may be having different questions, even more questions also you may be having it. Don't worry, I'm going to answer these questions by the end of the session. And even if you have any questions also, I will give you the time for you to ask the questions also. I will give you the time for you to ask the questions also. Be patient during the entire session. I want you guys to be interactive. You can always ask any question. You can raise your hand, ask the questions, right? And before we start our very first topic today, I just wanted to tell about myself. Guys, my name is Sheikh Saidhul, and I'm currently working as a solution architect at Quantech. I'm also a consultant at Databricks. Okay, I'm also a consultant at Databricks. Coming to my education, I have completed my master's degree from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. And I do have more than 9+ years of experience into the data and AI field. When it comes to the certifications, I've done many certifications in the GCP, Azure, Databricks, AWS. Also, I have certifications. I'm a multi-cloud data engineer, I would say. I'm a multi-cloud solution architect, I would say. So this is one thing, right? And about my GCP data engineering experiences, sir, if you ask me about my GCP data engineering experiences, sir, I do have more than 3 years into this training, guys. From the last 3 years onwards, I have been. 1 minute, guys. So there's some issue. 1 minute, please. 1 minute, guys. Okay, so from the last 3 years onwards, I've been teaching this GCP data engineering, guys. If you take just 1,000 GCP data engineers in India, more than 800 to 700 are my students. So I can confidently say that you check anywhere GCP data engineering, you will get my name. My name is Sheikh Saidhul. I'm telling you, you are in a very good hands. I want you guys to get a good confidence on your mentor. That is nothing but me. I want you guys to think that this is a course that we are going to cover very, very good understanding from basic to advanced. Because I've been teaching it from last 3 years, you can say that I have a very good understanding of each and every topic that I would say. Right? So I am going to help you. My course is going to be more of a practical rather than theoretical. So I am going to follow the 20 by 80 model. So when I'm teaching, I will be following 20 by 80 model. What is mean by that? So 20% is theoretical, 80% is practical. That's how most of my students get placed because we will more focused towards the labs rather than theoretically talking something. Okay, so that's how think that you are going to become a GCP data engineer. Having said that, you should always attend the live session every day, practice properly. Within 3 months, it is possible to become a GCP data engineer. There is a very, very good amount of opportunities out there. Okay, so without any further delay, let us try to talk about what is data engineering. That is a very, very, very important term that everyone must understand, first of all, before becoming a data engineer. Tell me, guys, what is mean by data engineer? What is mean by data engineering? Can anyone tell me? Yes, please. What do you guys think about data engineering? Anyone? Yes, please. You can talk. You can unmute yourself and talk, guys. Yes. Correct. Exactly. I see a lot of people are telling about the data engineering and see some of the messages also in the in the chat box that it is about data ingestion, it is about data pipeline creation, it is about data transformation, it is about data processing. Someone saying data analytics also. Yes, all of these things are very good answers, but I wanted to make it even more clear to everyone. Whether you are coming from IT or non-IT, whether you are coming from any background, you should be able to understand what I'm going to say now. Right, so you already know that, so the data comes from different applications. How the data gets generated in an application, if you ask me, assume that you wanted to book a ride from one location to another location. You go to an application called Uber or Ola. You try to book a ride. The moment you interact with an application, there is a data getting generated, right? Who is booking it, at what time they are booking it, what is the price of it, what is the discount allowed. So there's a huge amount of data for one user itself. Similarly, if you go to an application like a Flipkart or Amazon, these are e-commerce platforms. If you wanted to place any order, you choose your product, you place an order. Again, there's a huge amount of data getting generated. So there's a huge amount of a data that is coming from different applications. Right. Similarly, some amount of data may come in the form of a files, like you go to some shop, or you go to some medical firm, or you go to some production firm. What they do? They enter their data in the form of a CSV files or a Excel files or a JSON files. So that means you have a data that is in the form of a file formats also. You have a data that is in the form of a file formats also. Similarly, some company stores the data in the form of a database, right? So either it could be a MySQL database or a SQL Server database or a PostgreSQL database also. Okay, sometimes you may get a data in the form of a sensor devices, IoT devices, which is common nowadays. There's a huge amount of a data that is coming from different sensor devices, right? Sir, we have a huge amount of a data that is coming from these many data sources. This is what I call it as a data sources. Sir, I have a huge amount of a data that is coming from these many data sources. Tell me, sir, what do we do with this data? Shall we delete it, or is it useful? Tell me what we can do with this data. Sir, this is a historical data. This is a data which was already happened. This is not going to be useful because this is not the data that is going to happen tomorrow. It is the yesterday's data that we are talking about. Sir, what do we do with this data? Right. Very good. So some people have started giving the answers already. So what business manager says, what company says, what the analyst says, what are the expert says is that when you try to understand this data, when you try to understand the data, one more term is called analyze. Where you understand the data, analyze the data, this gives you some kind of information or insight. This will give you some kind of a insight or a information, and this information is very useful for the business improvement. This information is very important for the business improvement. Take it any company, you take any company. What is the end goal of a company? They wanted to grow. Right, sir. Every company you take, they wanted to streamline their process. They wanted to grow. Right? If they wanted to grow in the company, they have to know where they have to grow. They have to know in which area they have to focus on. So if you wanted to get such a kind of a metrics or insights, that will be very useful for a business managers or the companies. So that is where you are actually working on. That is where a data, when you have a huge amount of a data that is coming from different data sources, you try to understand the data first. You analyze your data. When you analyze the data, for sure it gives you some kind of an insight which will be very useful for the business improvement. Sir, which is very useful for the business improvement. But sir, is it this much easy? Can I directly go for the analysis? Can I directly get the insights? No. That's not data engineering. This is only to give you some idea. But sir, if I wanted to analyze the data, this data may be coming from different applications or different servers. This data may be coming from different file formats. This data may be coming from different locations, different areas or devices. Right? Sir, I have my data for my same business. Take a Flipkart. So Flipkart is having applications. Flipkart is having the plenty of the files, databases, IoT devices. So these are operating in different countries, different areas, different servers. What is the very first thing as a data engineer that you do is that you try to extract the data from these different data sources. You try to extract the data and store it into a one single location first. The very first thing is that, sir, if I wanted to analyze the data, I need to have the data at a one single location first. To do that, what you do, you extract the data from this different data sources and you ingest it into the landing layer or storage layer first. extract the data from different data sources, or how to do that. What are the techniques? What are the tools that you follow? I am not talking about those things, which we will talk about in our upcoming session. But the idea is to you will extract the data from the different data sources and you store it into a single location first. Then, sir, once I have the data, sir, I have the entire data, sir, this entire raw data, because this is a raw data, right? Sir, I have a entire raw data with me. Entire raw data with me. Tell me, guys, can we go for the analysis now? Tell me, please. Why we cannot go for the analysis directly? The next question is right. So when we are talking about this raw data, sir, the raw data may contain, because this is raw data directly coming from the data sources. As it is a raw data, it may have a contain a bad records or null values or duplicates, isn't it? Duplicates, or this made data may contain a different varieties of the data, different formats of the data also. Right, sir. This is a raw data that is coming from the different data sources. This may contain bad records, null values, duplicates, and different varieties of the data. So that's the reason we cannot directly go for the analysis. That's where you go for the data processing. That's where you go for data processing, and this is where you are going to process the data or clean the data. This is where you are going to eliminate all of these problems. Right, sir, because data processing is one of the important aspect for data engineers. Every data engineer have a good knowledge on the data processing. Right, so processing meaning that handling the null values, handling the duplicates, bad records removal, making it to a, or we are going to prepare the data for the analysis. We are going to clean the data. We are going to enrich the data. We are going to add value to the data, so that we will prepare some kind of a data which is very useful for the data analysis. So that is where once the processing is done, that's where we will be storing this data. We will be sending this data to the data warehouses for analyzing the data. For analyzing the data, we will be sending this data to the data warehouses. So this is what we are doing. We will be sending this data to the data warehouses. So data warehouses are equipped with the SQL query editors or SQL engines, which are very useful for you to analyze the data using the simple SQL language itself. You are going to analyze the data. Those analysis records or data will be useful to create some kind of a dashboards or reports in the BI. Once the analysis is completed, you can send this data to the ML for creating the ML models, and it will be very useful for the data science for finding the future trends, or there could be a business manager who will be utilizing this data directly nowadays for business improvement. This chart tells you us what is data engineering in a simple words. Not only this one, we will also take care of the data governance and monitoring, making sure that your data is accurate and complete throughout the system. So the data is moving accurately and quality and complete throughout these systems. So that is where data governance and monitoring coming into the picture. Governance to talk about the accuracy, access control. Who will be having a good, because you need to, when you are having your data, it should be only accessed by those people who supposed to have an access. It should not be accessed by anyone. So access control, data accuracy, data completeness. So this entire simple chart telling you that what is data engineering, everyone. I'm just telling you the nomenclature today, but in our upcoming sessions, we will talk about data lake, data processing, data warehousing, data governance, each and every term with proper definitions, with proper tools. We will be practicing hands-on labs also. Hands-on labs also we are going to do it. Just this is to give you some eye-level idea of what is data engineering. And one more time, if you guys wanted to see the definition point of view, so data engineering is a process of collecting the data, organizing the data, preparing the large amount of data so that it can be easily used and analyzed. It can be easily used and analyzed. So that is nothing but a data engineering. The very important thing is that you create a different systems or different infrastructure or the pipelines which will enable the data can be used easily and analyzed easily. Right, sir. So you are going to build the systems or infrastructure that allow the data to be captured, stored, processed, and accessed efficiently. This is what data engineers do. You are involved in designing and building the systems and infrastructure that allow the data to be captured, stored, processed, and accessed efficiently and automatically. This is what is a data engineering. This is what is a data engineering. This is what you have to do as a data engineer. Okay. Sir, what is the role of a data engineer then? Sir, what is the role of a data engineer? If you ask me, the role of a data engineer is that he may have to work on the data ingestion. He should be having a good knowledge on data ingestion. He should be having a good knowledge on data storage and management, meaning that one data engineer may work on data ingestion. One data engineer may work on data storage and management. One data engineer may work on the data processing. One data engineer may work on the data quality and governance. One data engineer may work on data pipeline creation. One data engineer may work on the performance optimization, or one data engineer may work on the monitoring and maintenance. But as a data engineer, if you wanted to become a very good data engineer, you should know each and every concept that I have mentioned here. If you wanted to become a very good data engineer, every term I have mentioned here, you should be perfect. Not that you should know. You should learn about each and every topic of it. Data ingestion, how to ingest the data from different data sources, how to store the data, how to process the data, how to analyze the data, how to create the data pipelines, how to orchestrate the data. All of these things you have to look into. Okay, all of these things. So we are going to see in a very detailed way. This is to give you an idea only. This is to give you an idea only. And now, I hope now you have got some idea about the data engineering. If anyone have any questions on the data engineering, can you guys put it in the chat box? Can you guys put it? Anyone have any question, any term? If you are not able to understand, put it in your chat box, please. Any questions if you have any? Put your question in the chat box. Take a minute, take a breath. Non-stop, we are listening, right? So take a breath and put your question in the chat box. Let me gonna go to the chat box. I see a question, sir. Can we do data transformation or data cleaning with respect to data lake, data warehouse, data science, all of this? Yes, you can do that. You can do the data cleaning and data transformation in different systems. Either it could be data lakes, data warehouses, and lakehouse platforms also nowadays. It is possible. We will be talking about all of these things in our upcoming sessions in a very beautiful way. Yes. If I'm going to the next chat box, if anyone have any question, I want you guys to place your questions in the chat box. Why data engineer? Same can be done by backend engineer. No, this cannot be done by backend engineer at all. A data engineering is a foundation. Data engineer was there 30 years before. Data engineer will be there 30 years after. Data engineering is a foundation for many of the roles such as data analyst, data scientist, and machine learning, AI, whatever you call it as nowadays, ML, AI, all of those things. If they wanted to survive, a good data engineer is important behind the scene. Otherwise, everything gets collapsed. Okay? Yes. Please put your question in the chat box, guys. I see a question again. Sir, who will go through all these roles of the data engineer? Who will go through all these roles? Every data engineer must know all of these things. These are not roles, these are the topics, important topics that everyone must know. Okay? Yes. And I see a question. No. The difference between the ETL developers and data ETL developers is just extract, transform, and load. They just only work on that area. Data engineering is more. You can see, right? See, extract, transform, ETL pipelines is the ETL developer activity. right? And data ingestion, data storage, processing, quality, pipeline creation, right? So if you think like this is what is ETL developer do, this is ETL developer do, right? So the ETL developer, this is what is data engineer. A data engineer can do ETL development, can do all of these activities. Okay, data engineer is a broader perspective, guys. Data engineer is not a simple area. Huge amount of opportunities are there in data engineering. You might have seen in the the blogs also, articles also. Big data engineers are the most highly paid and most trending job in the world right now. Okay, big data, people say AI, people say ML, because there is a demand out there, because there is no supply. The demand and supply is not matching, so that's the reason people say, hey, AI is evolving. Yes, AI is evolving, but highly safe role, highly paid role, highly trending job. If you ask me, data engineering, I would say, because I've been there in this market from last 10 years. I can confidently say that. Now, so now let us go to the next topic, guys. That's nothing but what is Google Cloud Platform? So let us try to talk about it. Sir, what is Google Cloud Platform? Tell me, guys, what do you guys mean by Google Cloud Platform? What are the other cloud platforms that you guys know? Maybe. Tell me, guys, what are the other cloud platforms that you guys know? Okay. Yes. Sir, the other cloud platforms that I know, sir, AWS. Sir, I know AWS. Sir, I know GCP. I know Azure. And we also know about Alibaba. We also know about Oracle. Okay. We also know about IBM. So these are the different cloud platforms available in the market. Isn't it, sir? So these are all the different cloud providers available in the market. Tell me, what are these cloud providers provides? What are these cloud providers provides in the market? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Any other answers? Okay. Sir, there are different cloud providers available in the market, such as AWS, GCP, Azure, Alibaba, Oracle, and IBM. Sir, what they provide us? Sir, all of these things are going to be providing you the cloud computing services. Cloud computing services. So they're providing you the cloud computing services. Sir, what is these services then? I do not know about it, sir. Can you give me an example? So let us try to take an example and try to understand it. Assume that you are working for one of the client. The client has given you some 100 terabytes of the data. So the client has given you 100 terabytes of data and asking you to, client has given you how much amount of data, sir? Client has given you 100 terabytes of the data. Now tell me, guys, he's asking you to store it, and think that there is no cloud platform in the market. So think that there is no cloud platform in the market. I want you guys to think about it and tell me how to store this data. There's no cloud platform. I want you guys to think about it first. There is no cloud platform. If there are no cloud platform, if the client is giving you some 100 terabytes of the data and asking you to store it, tell me, where do you store it and how do you store it? 100 terabytes of the data is possible to store in a databases? No. Servers, on-premises servers. That's a very good answer. Right, sir. So if there is no cloud platform, sir, we have to go to the traditional methodology, traditional working methodology. In a traditional methodology, what we do? What we do, sir, we go to our on-premises, we purchase all the machines. Do you guys agree? We purchase all the machines, we do all the networking, we assign the, or we install the operating system and do all the libraries installation. We make a server out of it. We create a servers out of it. We assign the storage and backup. We assign the storage. We configure the backups, right? So we'll also take care of the monitoring, upgrades, patches that comes under maintenance. And once everything is done, you install some kind of a software to store this data, like Hadoop or some kind of a big data tools, because 100 terabytes of the data, huge amount of data, right? So you install big data frameworks, big data frameworks, because you cannot store it in a single machine. And if you wanted to store it, you need the big data frameworks, right, sir? You need to have a big data frameworks. I just say frameworks, FMS, frameworks, right? So this, you have to install a big data frameworks. Then once everything is ready as per the standard, then you have to go ahead and store this data. Do you guys agree? If you are following a traditional methodology, so this is what is something that we have to follow. Yes or no, guys? Confirm, please. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Then how much time it will take? How much effort it will take? How much money it will take? Do you guys know? Sir, it takes a lot of time. Yes. Sir, it takes a lot of money also. Yes. Sir, it takes a lot of effort also. Yes. Sir, when you are working in the traditional methodology, this is what is the problem with the companies. So when you are working in the traditional methodologies, this is what is the problem with the companies, because they have to spend a lot of time, lot of effort. Even you do a lot of effort and lot of money also, you have to spend wait for a lot of time. So this is the problem with the traditional methodologies, guys. So this is what is the problem with the traditional methodology. So that's the reason companies were looking for an alternative solution. That's where the cloud platforms came into the picture. That's where the cloud providers came into the picture. Cloud providers. Sir, what the cloud providers do? What you have to do in this one, sir? You have to go to the cloud platform. You have to create your account. You have to do the account creation, account setup, and then billing setup, account setup and billing setup. Then what you have to do, sir? You have to find a suitable service, because it is offering you a ready-made services. A suitable service for storing the data, right, sir? Then start storing it, right, sir? How much time this could take? Tell me. Sir, if the cloud providers available in the market, you have to create the account, then set up the billing and find a suitable service which can store 100 terabytes of the data, and then start storing it. Tell me how much time this would take? Sir, this would take a lot more, less time, less effort, less money compared to this one. Do you guys agree? Please confirm. Do you guys agree? Yes. That is the reason. That is the reason most of the companies are started looking towards a cloud platform. And what is this service, sir? If you ask me, this is what is called as a cloud computing services. A ready-made. It's like, sir, I wanted to go to a party. Sir, I wanted to go to a party. If I have a, sir, if I have a there are two things. What is my wear? Sir, if it is a wear, sir, I wanted to buy a suit. I wanted to, there are two options. If you want a suit to go to a party, sir, I want a suit to go to a party. For what? What are the two options? Either you can buy the cloth, give it to the stitching master, and he will, stitch it. It will take some time. So this will take time, effort, and money also, all. But when you wanted to buy a suit, what is the other option that you have? I can go to a shop and buy or rent. A ready-made suit, I can buy it according to my time, according to my size and fit, I can able to just buy it. So this is what is called as the cloud platform. When you are going to the cloud platform, the things are ready-made available. The things are ready-made available here. So such as these cloud computing services, what we call it as. So cloud computing services are readily available to you. The moment you create your account, you can start utilizing it. Sir, what is the advantage of it? So these cloud computing services are offered to the organizations. What organizations can do, sir, if you ask me, organizations can utilize these services to fulfill their project. If they wanted to store the data, they can use a cloud computing services. If they wanted to process the data, they can use a cloud computing services. If they wanted to analyze the data or visualize the data or govern the data, whatever the activities you guys wanted to do it, that can be done as a data engineering projects. When you take a data engineering projects, whatever you guys wanted to do it, that can be done with help of these. So organizations may have a plenty of the projects. Mute yourself, guys. All of you, please mute yourself. So organizations may have a plenty of the projects. So they can use these. With, sorry, guys. Organizations can utilize these services to fulfill their project requirement. Such kind of a cloud platform is one of such a cloud platform is a Google cloud platform. Everyone. Sir, one of such a cloud platform is what, sir? If you ask me, sir, one of such a cloud platform is a Google cloud platform. Sir, what is Google cloud platform? Sir, Google cloud platform is one of the leading cloud provider, which provides a cloud computing services for the organizations to build the application, deploy the application, and sell the applications and services in the cloud platform. Right, sir. These are services. So GCP is one of the leading cloud provider which offers a plenty of the services and services to the organizations, so that organizations can utilize these services to store the data, process the data, analyze the data, visualize the data, govern the data, instead of creating them on their own, which takes a lot of time, lot of effort, lot of money. I hope you guys agree. And what are those services that it is offering? You can see the definition again over here also. So Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider that offers a range of products and solutions to help the organizations to build the application, deploy the application, scale the applications and services in the cloud. Maybe this definition is unknown to you at this point of time. Some aspect of the definition you may understand it. I totally agree. Some people may understand 50%, some people may understand 40%, 60%, 70%. But don't worry, because this is not the final session. This is just a very, very beginning session. By the end of the session, I will make you the master. Don't worry about it. This, sir, what is this building? What is this deploying? What is scaling? Sir, what are these services it is offering? Don't worry about it. Right? You will understand each and everything. Just to understand, to make you understand is that you are going to do all the data engineering activities in the Google Cloud Platform because your company wants you to do that. So if your company asking you to do that, you are going to do all this ingestion, processing, analysis, and governance, all of these things you are going to do. Right? So that is what is GCP is offering. So Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider which provides plenty of the services. Sir, what are those services it is offering you, sir? If you ask me, you can see here it offers compute services, identity and security services, management tools, networking services, big data services, storage and database services, machine learning services. Not only the data engineering, anyone can able to work on big data engineering, machine learning, networking, application developers. Everyone can able to utilize these services to fulfill their project requirements. Right, so that's what it is. And so these services, why learn GCP, sir? The Google has a very good community support. Google is offering you cost effective services. This is one of the important factor that we should consider. Compared to the other cloud platform, the services in the Google Cloud Platform are comparatively cost effective. If one machine you are buying in the Google Cloud Platform, one machine you are buying in the Azure Cloud Platform, you get a very good cost effective nature in the GCP compared to the Azure and AWS. That's a very, very important aspect because cost is the one of the major impact on your clients and organizations. They choose it accordingly. So that's the reason there is a very good amount of opportunities for the GCP for the companies. These services are flexible. These services are scalable. These services are reliable, these services are secure, and it is also offering you the fully managed services, and these services are fast also. Okay, so that's one. Right, so if you wanted to learn the cloud platform nowadays, I suggest GCP only because Google has a very good community support. It is cost effective nature, flexible, scalable, reliable, secure, and fully managed. So this is what is companies looks at. When a company wanted to use one cloud platform, they look at these kind of features. The cloud is offering you these features with a less cost effective, then why not? That's the reason most of the companies you take. See, I started teaching this GCP in around 2022. Last, I mean, from around March, June or July, I started teaching in 2022. At that point of time, very less companies started using the GCP. Right, sir. I was teaching, so I started my career with the teaching of GCP. I used teach AWS Azure also, but when it comes to the teaching GCP, I started in 2022, and I see very less companies, but I was actually teaching very good. At that point of time, I motivated many people to learn this one, guys. There is a good amount of opportunities in the future. People did not actually hear me, very less people. In 2023, 2024, now you are in 2025 and 2026. Okay, I think it is, yeah, I think last, I think November or December we started, and 2025. Now you guys are seeing the very good demand for DCP data engineer 2026. Right? So people did not hear me when in 23, 24, 25 because they do not see it. They think that AWS is very good and Azure is very good. They're offering you. See, I teach AWS Azure also. I teach AWS and Azure also, but I see a trend in the companies. I've seen that GCP has a very good work of learning. Now you guys are resulting, you guys are seeing the results. So that's the reason whenever I form a batch, I get a very good count. Because of this reason only, because last 3 years onwards, I've been teaching. You go anywhere, Google, YouTube, you search my name, you will get to know about myself. LinkedIn, anywhere. So I want you guys to do understand one thing is that there's a very good demand outside for the GCP data engineer. The only thing is that you should be having a good knowledge. It's not that I sir I learn the basic things of the GCP data engineering. Can I get the job? Even though you get the job, you may not be able to work. I wanted to not to crack the interview. Cracking the interview is one of the simple aspect with the course, but I want you guys to work comfortably in the company. That's the main aim of the course. So that's the reason I put a lot of lab sessions. If you guys, if I want you to make you placed, I don't have to teach you 3 months. If I can teach 1 month and I can mainly focus on the interview aspect, you will get the job easily. That's not the idea of the course. Getting the job becomes very easy with the course, but I want you to make you comfortably work in the company. When you have a requirement in the company, you should be able to do that. I want it made to the good data engineer. I don't want you to become a dumb data engineer. That's what I want you guys to do. So learning is one thing, and practicing is second thing, implementing is third thing. So if you are learning, getting the job, no, that's not possible. But implementing, meaning that practicing, right? So when you do the practice, that's where it takes you the job. Then implementing the same in the company will be very useful. Whatever you learned and implemented, right? So those things are very useful in the implementation. So that means in your job. So this is what we are going to focus on. Now, next, what I want you guys to do is that I wanted to talk about the course curriculum. I will take next to 5 minutes to talk about the course curriculum. What are the topics that we are going to cover? I already have an image. Let me gonna show you that. I already have an image. So let me gonna put it. We have a dedicated notes, guys. This notes is very famous, and I'm gonna show you what we are going to cover over here. This is the entire things we are going to cover as a part of this 3 months course. Everything is live. I hope you guys are able to see my screen clearly. The only timings is this batch. The timings is 9:30 to 10:30. 9:30 to 10:30 p.m. IST. Monday to Friday PM. Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. Why the font is little bit more, it seems. Let me increase, let me reduce it. Yes. Let us make it as black color and we'll try to do like this. Yes. Now this is good. This is what we are going to cover, guys. So look at here. We will start our journey with cloud basics. We will start our journey with cloud basics. In this one, we are going to first to talk about GCP introduction. That is nothing but tomorrow we are going to talk about GCP introduction, GCP interfaces, GCP console walkthrough, GCP free account, and how to create a free account, because all the practice, all the demo sessions, all the case studies, all the pipelines, all the projects, everything we are going to implement in this free account only. So I'm going to tell you how to create a free account in the Google Cloud Platform. Right, so GCP locations and IAM and admin. So these are the cloud basics which will take first week. The entire first week will be mainly focused on these cloud basics only. Once the cloud basics are completed, then we will be going to the programming concepts. We will focus on, if you guys wanted to become a good data engineer, programming you should focus on. Okay, so in this one, we will be focusing on, first we will learn about Python, then we will learn about Linux basics, then we will learn about PySpark, and we will learn about Apache Beam. So all of these concepts that we will be covering as a part of the programming concepts. Once the programming is also completed, then we will talk about the GCP data engineering tools. This is one of the important aspects. GCP data engineering services. In this one, sir, we will be learning about one by one. We will be learning about first cloud storage, then cloud SQL, BigQuery. Sir, these three are the storage and database services. These three are storage and database services. While we are learning these services, so in cloud SQL, you will learn about database migration project. In BigQuery, you will learn about data analytics projects in the BigQuery. Okay, so then once that these three are comes under storage and database services. So these are mainly used to store the data in the file format and in the databases or data warehouse. So cloud storage is a file storage, cloud SQL is a database solution, and BigQuery is a data warehouse solution. So these three things we will be first completing. Then we will go to the data processing services. Big data proc, data flow, and PubSub. So PubSub is not a this one. So data proc, data flow. So these are the data processing services. These two are the data processing services. Sir, above one is a storage services. This is storage service, and this is processing services. So here you have a processing. So when you are learning about the data processing in the data proc, you learn about 3 end-to-end pipelines, and the data flow 2 end-to-end pipelines. And here you will also cover one streaming pipeline also here. So that's all. So PubSub is a streaming data ingestion tool. We will talk about the PubSub also. We will learn about PubSub. And then orchestrations are big. Airflow or Composer is more of an orchestration tool. We will be covering the Airflow also. In this one, we will talk about 4 end-to-end DAGs. 4 end-to-end DAGs we are going to talk about. And cloud functions, event-based solution. And we have started teaching the Databricks on the Google Cloud Platform, which is very, very important nowadays. Everyone is asking, do you know the Databricks knowledge? Yes. We are going to cover 1 week of Databricks on Google Cloud Platform, how to process the data, how to clone the data, autoloader, structured streaming, all of those data lakes, data lakehouse platforms, everything we are going to learn in detail. That is also covered. As a part of this course, so you are going to get complimentary Terraform Data Fusion videos. These are videos, guys, because this is not very much important nowadays. If it is not important, I will usually leave it. I will try to provide it as a video recording to you. Complimentary. Terraform and Data Fusion is complementary to you. So these are all the things are covered, guys. Okay. So cloud storage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So these are all the things that are covered, including these projects and case studies. Okay. And by the once after the completion, you will be awarded with the 2 projects for free. This is 8 hours of project and 5 hours of project is also provided to you for free. Okay, for freely, you are going to get two projects that I will share you by the end of the session. In the last session, we will talk about the interview support, how you have to create your resume, how you have to prepare your resume, how to apply for the companies, where to apply for the companies, how to manage your notice period, and all of those things we will talk about in the final session, not now. In the final session, we will talk about those interview tips, interview questions, interview stages, and resume creation, how to use my notes to get the job easily. All of those things we will talk about it in the very final session. And when it comes to the course details, guys, our course name you all know, GCP Data Engineering, and Monday to Friday 9:30 to 10:30. Monday to Friday 9:30 to 10:30. 3 months of live sessions will be there. Daily recordings. Recordings will have a validity of 1 year. Comprehensive notes. What is this comprehensive notes? Or if you ask me, very beautifully, I have created these notes very beautifully. So you have everything over here. Let me show you. Sir, cloud basics. Tell me, sir, what are the cloud basics that we will learn? Sir, GCP introduction, GCP interfaces, console, cloud shell, cloud SDK, and console walkthrough, sir. How to create an account, project setup, all of these things. GCP locations, sir. GCP IAM and admin, sir. What is IAM? What is basic roles, predefined roles, custom roles, how to assign these permissions, sir. All of these things we will learn. GCP account creation, free account creation, and the Linux basics. Then Python, sir. In the Python, we are going to talk about data types, data structures, Python programming constructions, modular programming in Python. Then our first service starts, GCS. What is GCS? How to create a bucket, the nodes, and how to interact with the GCS using the CLI. Assignment is there, quiz is also there. And then Cloud SQL. What is Cloud SQL? How to work with Cloud SQL, database migration phases, and database migration project also. And BigQuery. What is BigQuery? BigQuery architecture, data set for practice purpose, working with the BigQuery. And table types, native tables, external tables, partitioning and clustering, complex data types in the BigQuery, examples, nested and repeated fields, case study 1, case study 2, two case studies I've told you, case study 1, case study 2, BigQuery views, BigQuery optimization techniques. Then data prop, what is Hadoop, what is Spark, what is data prop, how to create a data prop cluster, and all of these things we will be talking about it, guys. All of these things. Please mute yourself. Who is that? Vamshi Katuri, can you please mute yourself? Hello, Vamshi. Yes. Thank you. Right. So now, we will talk about what is Spark, what is Spark architecture, what is PySpark, and all of these things. Right. So what is master node cluster? Everything in a very detail, guys. Everything in a very detail. I'll make it very simple for you. The lab sessions, PySpark lab session, case study 1, case study 2, case study 3, assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3. Data proc also, data flow, create workbench, lab session, sample data, template method of creating the pipeline, case study 1, case study 2, letter Q. And PubSub is also there. So everything is here. There's PubSub, Airflow, what is Airflow, what is Composer, level 1 DAG, level 2 DAG, level 3 DAG, level 4 DAG. Data Fusion is there, Cloud Functions is there, Databricks is also there. Databricks introduction and Databricks architecture, pre-trial on GCP, setting up the Databricks workspaces, Databricks dictionary, lab sessions, clusters, notebooks, DB utility commands, Unity catalog, Delta tables, data frame and operations, structured streaming, autoloader, workflows, and project for free. Right, sir. So these are all the things will be covered as a part of this course. Okay, so this is in addition to that, by the end of the session, I told you, you will be having an interview section where you have my LinkedIn community. You can prepare your resume. So resume templates are there, which is attached to newly resume templates. You can create your resume according to that. And interview introduction, project 1 explanation, project 2 explanation. I make everything is really easy for you so that you can go ahead and make yourself useful for everything. Data engineering questions also there, SQL coding questions, Python coding questions, right? Commonly asked questions, these are all. and PySpark questions also. This is managed round of questions, certification terms. If anyone wants to do anything, everything is here. Everything is properly mentioned in a package, guys. This is a course of package. Everything is provided to you once you enroll for the course, right? So this is all about the course GCP data engineering curriculum. Now, sir, there is a one of the question in the chat box. I wanted to answer that. Two questions I see. One is, sir, how it is different from the AWS and Azure? That is one question. Sir, I'll try to answer these two questions and I'll give you the time for you to ask the questions. Okay. Sir, why GCP? Why not Azure and or AWS? So some people may be having this question, sir, why only GCP? Why not AWS or Azure? So this is a thing that you can see as a, as a fresher, freshly coming into this data engineering field, you may be having this question, sir, because AWS and Azure is having a very good market, and can we go to that? You can say that, but if you are learning the GCP, two things you have to understand: GCP, AWS, or Azure. So these are already established markets. Okay? The market is established already for the AWS and Azure. So that's the reason you see a very good market. For these things, around 45% of the market is there, because AWS is around 30 plus market, and GCP is around Azure and 30 plus, I would say, somewhere around 30 and somewhere around 25. So these two only grab the market of 55% of the cloud. Right? People think that, sir, I have a very good amount of opportunity, but these markets are saturated. What is mean by that? These markets are not new. These platforms are not new. When you go and learn AWS and Azure, when you go for an interview, getting the job in the interview is almost difficult, because there's a huge competition. When you go for AWS and Azure, there's a huge amount of competition is there, sir. There's a huge competition. Getting that job is very difficult. Huge competition is there. I'm telling you, huge competition, because these markets are already saturated. But GCP is new and also have a very good market around 20 plus, around 20 we can say. 20% of the market, around 20% of the market is already grabbed by the GCP, and this is new, and still man force is not there. People are looking for the GCP experts, GCP data engineer expertise, but there is no such people in the market, because it's new. People think that everyone will go to AWS and Azure. Because of that, there's a very huge demand for the GCP data engineers, but the competition is lesser. When the competition is lesser, getting the job becomes easy. Less competition. So that's the reason, whoever come to me learning the GCP, if you are having dedicatedly spending good amount of time and effort for learning the GCP, the job is with you. The only answer is that, sir, I have time, I can put effort for the next 3 months. Will I get the job in the data engineering in GCP? Yes, I can confidently say that. But sir, I have time and I have effort. Can I be able to get the data engineer job in AWS and Azure? I would say not, may not be possible. I cannot confidently say it, because of the huge competition. For one job itself, there is a huge amount of competition is there. Getting the job becomes almost difficult. So that's the reason. See, I am the trainer for Azure also. Currently, I'm also teaching the Azure. I can also ask you to join my Azure batch, but I am not doing it, because you all people coming from the different background wanted to become a data engineer. I would suggest, rather than Azure or AWS, I suggest you to join the GCP. Okay. So not only Azure, even if you wanted to join my Azure batch also, you can do that. If you wanted to join my Azure batch also, you can do that. I will also update you where you can join or not. But GCP is the preference, because I want you guys to get the job. Getting the job becomes easy compared to the AWS and Azure over here. So that is one of the question I wanted to answer. The next question is, sir, how to manage my experience? Sir, I have this many years of experience. I have that many years of experience. How to manage my experience, sir? Some people have this question. I wanted to answer this one also. Sir, whether you are falling under any of these experience, whether you are a fresher or whether you are having 2 years of experience, whether you are having 3 years of experience, or whether you are having 5 years of experience or 7 years of experience, 9 years of experience, what you have to do is that this one. So, for example, let us just say a person is having 5 years of experience. What this guy has to do? This guy has to prepare the resume with the last 2 years on the GCP, rest 3 years is whatever the current experience he has. Okay, so what he has to do is that he has to prepare his resume. Once attended my course, you have to prepare your resume in such a way that last 2 years on the GCP, what projects you have to include, I will tell you in our courses, and then prepare rest of 3 years is whatever the experience that currently you are having, you can put it and go for the interview. Tell that hey, I have a from the last 2 years onwards, I've been working in the GCP data engineering project. My recent project is this one. This is what I have done. The previous project is this one. This is what I have done in the GCP. So that's how you should be able to explain in the interview also. That's how you have to prepare the resume. In the similar fashion, whether you are having 3 years or 2 years or 7 years or 9 years or 11 years also, you have to follow the same approach. You have to prepare the resume according to this one and this one. What is your experience? How you have to create your resume. Okay, so this is one of the questions. One more question I see in the chat box is that you can put your questions, guys. I'm gonna go to the chat box and I'll try to answer it. One more question, sir. If I learn the GCP tomorrow, is it possible? Is it easy for me to work in the AWS and Azure also? Yes, I would say. When you are working or when you already have a good knowledge on one cloud platform, working in another cloud platform is not difficult because the nomenclature is different, but rest of all the thing as a data engineering activity is same. Right, sir. Whether you know cricket, if you wanted to play cricket, either you can play cricket in your gully, or you can also go ahead and play cricket in your. If you are a good cricket player, you can able to play anywhere. It is not the playground that is making you a good player. It is the technique. It is the tools. It is the knowledge that you have make you the good data engineer. Right, sir. Within the data engineering, whatever the aspects that you are going to do, right, all the things you are going to do it. The only playground is different. These are playground, these are platforms doesn't define you whether you know it or doesn't know it, because the moment you work in 1 or 2 days, you should be able to learn those things also. Right, so that's all. This is one more question. You should be able to work in another cloud platforms also when you know one cloud platform. Okay, yes. I hope I've been talking from last 1 hour, I would say. And if I see one more question, sir, I am seeing the questions in the chat boxes. I'm going to answer it here. If anyone have any question, you can actually put your question in the chat box so that will be very useful. Sir, in our course, we are not covering the SQL. SQL is the prerequisite for the course. Rest of all the things are covered in the course. SQL development will be covered, but SQL basics we are not covering. SQL development will be covered, but SQL basics we are not covering. So you have to come up with a basic knowledge in the SQL. So how much the salaries that we can expect? That's a very good question. Because sir, data engineers are going to be the trending job. According to your current packages, they can give you 50%, 60%. People get 100% also. People even get 200% also. I have seen people. One of the guy actually surprised me with this guy only having 3.9 or 8, some 3.9 years of experience. One of the guy attended my course, cracked all the 6 offer letters. Almost all the MNC companies. He got an offer from Deloitte, LTI Mindtree, and different companies, Accenture. So different companies are there. He cracked offers from top MNC companies. His package was around 11, I guess, 11 LPA or 12 LPA. Fixed. I always talk about fixed packages, 11 LPA. After this one, he actually got to 27.5 or 6, I don't remember, LPA. You see the difference. 200%, almost 200% hike he has received. See, after six offer letters, 27.5, that guy actually called me and say, sir, I'm very happy to tell you that I have received first six offer letters from six different MNC companies, and I want you to help me with which thing I have to choose. Okay, can you tell me? So the only thing that you have to focus on is that the course, if you have a very good understanding of the course, then I'm telling you, no one can stop you. There are plenty of opportunities out there. Getting the opportunities is very easy. If a person is having a career gap also, you can do it, guys. Even though if you are having some career gap, sir, I have a career gap. Sir, is it possible for me to get the job? Yes, if you have a career gap, you should know how to fill your career gap and attend my course, you will get the job. Okay, that is possible. Data engineers, AI cannot be able to replace, guys. If AI has to work, data engineer has to work. Right? So people have this kind of a mindset, sir, AI coming into the picture, will I be able to get the job or not? Or is my job gets hampered? Is it having a security? So if tomorrow AI has to work, AI needs a huge amount of a data to be fed in. Who will create this data? Who will structurize this data? Who will clean this data? Who will prepare this data? Who will create this semantic layer? This is where we are working on many projects nowadays. Right, as a solution architect, currently I'm working on three different projects. Right, so 3 hours, 2 hours there. All the projects are related to the AI. Everywhere my data engineers are working. Okay, everywhere the data engineers is must. Even the AI comes, AI can do everything, but without the data, no. Data is the money nowadays. Data is the money. If a data has to be money, if the data wants to give you money, the data must be clean. The data must be, you know, transformed, processed in such a way that it would give you insight, which will be very useful for you to, you know, predict your future. Otherwise, you cannot do anything. Data is important. Data engineers are must. Okay. Yes. Sir, I have 14 years of experience working with investment bank and architect mostly as a lead engineer, cloud AWS. This syllabus works. Well, of course, this knowledge is very useful because if you wanted to work in the Google Cloud platform, you should start from the basic to advanced. This topic, this knowledge is more than enough. But at the architect level, you have to learn even more things that actually comes from your knowledge, right? So when you are working in the company, you will get. So architect level of knowledge you will not get it anywhere. It is only comes from the experience. If you wanted to become a good architect, sir, I wanted to become a good architect. An architect is this one because I'm a solution architect, right? So the solution architect is the one, right? So who is the one who has a knowledge, a technical knowledge, technically strong. Nothing but you should have a developer mindset. Second thing is that management mindset. Two things if you combine. Sir, I am gonna give you this knowledge. If you wanted to become a sir, I have 10 years of experience, 12 years of experience. I'm gonna make you a developer. I'll teach you everything. Management skills you have to focus on because this is not the course. So this is a course for the data engineers and developers, data engineers and developers. Okay. So that's something that you can say. And the next thing, what happened? I don't know what happened, guys. Yeah, this is fine. All right. So, sir, any other questions in the chat box? Sir, will basics enough for this course? Yes, basics of the SQL knowledge is enough, guys. You will be able to work comfortably. I'll teach you SQL development. No worries. Sir, non-IT experience, 7 years is there. Sir, packages always depends on your current package. Okay, sir, I have any years of experience. You have 7, 5, 10, 11, any years of experiences. It always depends on your current package. If your current package is 15, sir, I have 5 years of experience. You can get 50% or 60% or 70% based on the interview, based on the budget. Okay, so you can go up to 18 or you go up to 21 or you go up to 24. So it depends, right? You can all the way go to this one. So companies are ready to provide you the good amount of packages, but the only thing is that you should also provide you or should also showcase such kind of a knowledge in the interview. And they cannot go beyond certain limits. Sir, your package is 5 only. You cannot get 24 directly, right? That's not possible because they look at your package, they give you percentages, 50%, 60%, 100% some people get, right? Depends on the percentages rather than the numbers. Current package, you look at it, percentages they will give you. Sir, for data flow, we will be covering the Apache Beam. Yes, we should learn the Apache Beam to cover the data flow. Yes. AI will not replace the data engineers, guys. I was talking about it. Sir, will you share the notes with us today? Once you enroll for the course, these all the things will be provided, guys. Once you enroll for the course, all of these things will be provided, not now. Okay? Yes. I do not see any questions, sir. In this coding program, is there like front end and back end? No, 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 no. This is not a coding, guys. This is not application development. This is a data engineering coding. Data engineering code is simple compared to the application development. Okay, so it will not be like that. It will be very simple and easy to learn. Python, very data engineering coding is medium level of knowledge. It is you are not going to get a good. You need not to be a developer, right? It's a data engineering. That's something that you can see. And coding knowledge is must for data engineering. Yes, basic knowledge in the Python, PySpark is important. I'm going to teach you. Don't worry about it. For those people who are worried about coding, don't worry about it. I'm going to teach you very simple. If you are learning from me, I'm going to teach you the data engineering very simple. Don't worry about that. All the PPTs, video recordings will be shared, guys. Yes, later. Once you enroll for the course. Yes, please. Yes, yes. No, see, for freshers, you cannot ask the package at all. Okay. So giving the opportunity is more nowadays. Look at the trend. So packages is not this freshers needs to be when you look at the freshers needs to be very patient, and whenever they get the job, minimum packages for sure three nowadays 3.5 they are giving 3.5 for sure, and more than that they will give you 4 point some Accenture kind of a companies they give you 6.5 also. I've seen some companies give you 9 also for freshers, so it depends, right? But you should not focus on the packages for the freshers. When you get even 3 LP also, you should join. Lot of things are there. It is not just cleaning. Okay, a lot of things you will learn it even more, right? A lot of things. That is not just cleaning. Yes. Yes, sir. Coding will be teached from the scratch. Do we need to have a basic knowledge? No, I will be teaching the Python from the scratch and Linux also from the scratch. But I want you guys to come with a basic knowledge in the SQL. If you are coming with a basic knowledge in the SQL, I will be teaching you each and everything. Rest of all the things on me, guys. If you come with the basic knowledge and the SQL, rest of all the things are me to teach you from basic to advanced. Okay. Yes. Even after every session, you will be having a doubt clearing session, guys. After the session, you will be having a doubt clearing sessions also. Okay, every day session will be recorded. I think I forgot to tell you this thing, right? So you can see here, guys, 3 months of live sessions will be there. Daily recordings will be shared to you guys. 1 year access will be there. Daily the recordings will be shared, and the comprehensive notes will also be shared, and which will be comprising of resume templates, interview questions, certification dumps. So who wants to go for resume or interview? All of those things. We are not providing any kind of a placement support. If you need it, please ping our admin. If you need any kind of a placement support. We are not providing you any mock interviews, but if you need any kind of a placement support or mock interviews, please connect with our admin. They will arrange it for additional charge. They will arrange it for you. But with this course, we are only offering the course with this within this course, only offering the course daily live session Monday to Friday, 3 months of duration. Daily recordings will be shared, comprehensive notes, resume templates, and everything is provided to you guys. This is what you are seeing on the screen is a course curriculum. Take a snapshot of it. It is easy to understand the entire course curriculum very simply. Okay. Anyone have any other questions? Yes, please. Of course. Yeah, of course. Exactly. Exactly. See, whatever the course, whatever. Yes. Of course, exactly. See, teaching is something that most of the people will do, but teaching in such a way so that you get placed is something that what I look at it mainly. That's what I've been successful from last 3 years. Is the main motto is that I don't want it to just say something today and may not be covering and taking delays and you are not getting confidence. I'll make sure that each and every topic you are going to get very good confidence. Having said that, I'll tell you the motto that attend the live session every day, practice the session at least 30 to at least 20 to 30 minutes. If you are doing it every day, if you have 1.5 hour, more than enough for you. After 3 months, you will be directly ready for an interview. And these projects, which you can directly add it in your resume, explain in the interview. Maybe just change the client names and all of those things, but the concept is something that you can put it and like, explain aramse, because this is not 1 hour 2 hours of project, right? These are 8 hours of projects, 5 hours of projects, which will be very useful for you to explain in the interview. Yes. And if anyone have any question now, you can please raise your hand, guys. If anyone have any question, you can please raise your hand. I was already telling you, this is maximum 3 years you can put it as a GCP time. Okay, I think this is it for today, guys. I hope you guys got a very good understanding. I wanted to tell you one thing. We have successfully completed our demo 1, which is free for everyone. I will share you the recording. The admin will share you the recording also for free. If anyone missed it, you can watch. Demo 2 is going to happen tomorrow, guys. Again, free. You can attend it. The session link will be the same. Tomorrow, we are going to have the same time, the demo 2, guys. Tomorrow we are going to have that demo session. You guys can freely attend the demo session. We are going to talk about the very first topic, that is nothing but GCP interfaces and introduction. Very interesting and important topic, everyone must attend. We are going to talk about the demo 2, which is going to be GCP interfaces. That is nothing but this topic we are going to cover. That is this one. Sorry. We are starting our course. Cloud Basics, GCP Introduction, GCP Interfaces. We are going to talk about it this session only. In tomorrow's session, I want you guys to attend the demo session tomorrow. Do not miss it, because very important topic. If you guys wanted to work in the GCP interface, you need to know this interface options. Otherwise, very difficult for you to comfortably work. Okay? Yes. Thank you, guys. Thanks for attending the demo session today. I hope you guys have learned most of the things from the session. If anyone wants to talk with me, or if you have any questions, we can talk about it tomorrow also. And please attend the demo session tomorrow. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining today. We will wind up the session here for today. We will meet tomorrow, guys. Thank you all. Terraform is not mandatory. Terraform is not mandatory, guys. Thank you all. Bye bye.